All right, guys, let's take a look at crude oil and see what's going on with crude today. If I can get this thing to play nice, here we go. All right, today is November 5th, 2021. This is the light sweet crude oil futures for the December 21 contracts. Of course, that's CL. All right, but you can also trade the E-micro. That's right, there's actually E-micro contracts available for crude oil. Really nice, guys. Super inexpensive. So if you want to get involved in trading the crude oil, you can on the cheap with the E-micro crude oil. I trade those a lot. Very nice, okay? Okay, let's take a look at what's going on. Today closed at 81.17. Was up $2.36. So pretty good day going on the long side. Okay, we can see crude oil made its way down from 85.41 back on October 25th and has worked its way all the way down. Okay, didn't quite get to the 50-day moving average, which right now is at 76.37. And today was a pretty significant up day. So I see here on the Big Daddy indicator that it's saying that prices are going to be moving up. Okay, short term, but boy, oh boy, look at this MACD. Boy, it's telling us long term prices are looking to go down. So though we may get this bounce here, I'm not sure it's going to survive it. That's going to be very interesting. We had some red hot, oh my gosh, crude oil has been on fire for a long time. Same thing back here in May, June, and early part of July. Then we had the same thing through the middle of September to just now. So crude oil may, on the long run here, and I'm talking about days, many days here, could start pulling back, even though we might get this little bounce right here, right? So that's something we definitely need to pay attention to. But let's look over. I want to look over the monthly real quick here. Let's take a look at this much larger time frame, longer time frame here. So this is the monthly chart. Okay, you can see crude oil. Oh my gosh, way back here, guys. Remember this? I remember this. April of 2020, right after the lowest part of the old pandemic. And 1 month from the lowest part of the solar cycle. Yeah, we're going to talk about that real soon in another video coming up on the solar cycle stuff. Okay, so talking about crude oil on the monthly, look at this, guys. From all that time down 650, some say it got down to 30 bucks, whatever, got down really low. And all this time been going nothing but straight up. Some small pauses along the way, but not much. Okay, so here we are. Got the SMI saying, be careful, guys. Look at this SMI. Both the Big Daddy indicator and the SMI both have these price divergence dots. Okay, that's what those dots represent right there. So we got a lot of price divergence dots starting to show up. But if we get a yellow like we did back here, okay, which that was exactly on the first month down. Okay, we haven't seen it yet, but we're starting to, like that right there, but we're starting to see white 3 and 4 month divergence indications are starting to pop up here, okay? Yeah. Very, very interesting. And the MACD, even on the monthlies, still looks strong, right? That MACD still looks strong with this kind of separation between the lines, but it's certainly a little bit on the elevated side. If you go back to way back here, right? Let's see. Back here was at the peak was 749, guys. And we are today, or this month I should say, so far anyway, 773. The month has just gotten started. So, but this is some fairly significant elevated MACD going on. So back then we were looking at prices of around $110 to $115. So on a monthly, it's looking like we need to be aware that the distance between the candlestick and the 50 month has gotten a bit stretched out, guys. Look at way back here. See how it got stretched out? And from there on, there were several months down, like, geez, 6 months, 5 or 6 months decline back to the 50. Okay. So if that happens, we're looking at around $60. Okay, that would happen over a period of several months. Okay. Now we're on the MACD, we're well above this zero line. Okay, it's not like on this decline over here where the MACD was just hovering above the zero line and then crash, bang, boom. Okay, it's more like this period over here, guys, like in 2011, where the oil prices are way above the 50-month moving average. So that's the kind of same thing we got going on right here. So we're going to be keeping an eye on, do we get more divergence signals? Do we get even a one dot of a yellow? If that happens, yeah, that may be it for a while for crude. So on a very large time scale, guys, we're talking months, maybe even multiple months, okay, oil's looking like it may be getting a little weak. Okay, let's go take a look at the weekly. Yeah, same thing here, guys. Look at this dot that showed up right here. Just showed up last week. Okay, let me clear the screen so I don't get confused about the color. That white dot right there. Okay, same thing happened back here, guys. Same thing right there. Okay, and what happened? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks on the average of down. Okay, obviously the amplitude percent indicator, the color coding isn't that good, but it sure is elevated. I'll work on the color coding. This is a new indicator I just put in here. But basically, guys, look at these indicators. The Big Daddy already says on a weekly, we're going down. The SMI says, get ready, we're rolling over. Fairly elevated MACD, well above the zero line. Guys, it looks like to me, if I had to flip a coin here, we got several weeks of downward pressure on oil that's going to, remember now, I always talk about this, and a lot of people miss this part. The 50-week average is moving up, okay, and price is moving down. So let's just try to kind of ballpark this, okay? Who knows how long this downtrend is going to occur? Kind of hard to tell for sure, right? But let's just ballpark it. You know, this one that came all the way down touched, you know, that took about a good 7 weeks for it to happen. That may not happen. We may not get a full 7 weeks, okay? But this thing looks pretty well determined to come down, guys. Very elevated, okay? So if I were just to throw it out, a ballpark this thing, let me get the pencil. Okay, let's just ballpark this, okay? Bring this up like this. And we got, you know, might have some big candlesticks in there. You might have one like this. You might have one that kind of pops up and then comes back down. Okay, whatever. Just kind of ballparking this. Okay? If I had to ballpark that, guys, I could easily see oil coming down to 70 bucks. Maybe low 70s. Just ballparking it. Okay? So I could see over the next several weeks, guys, crude oil coming down somewhere in the 70s, maybe even below 75. Okay, that's my best guess, and we'll take it from there. Okay, let's take one last look. I want to go switch over to the hourly and just look at really short-term trend going on here. Yeah, see back here, guys, way back here in, let's see, I shouldn't say way back. For hours, it's way back. But last Tuesday, oil broke below the 50-hour. Remember, we're talking hourly. Broke below the 50-hour and has been struggling to stay above it. Came all the way down into Thursday, got above it a little bit, basically got rejected. Talked about this yesterday. Big rejection. Come up, got above it. You know, it may look like it's above it right now, but this looks like a rejection to me, guys. Look at these indicators up here. We even got some white. Okay, let me clear the screen, get rid of the mess. Even got some white indicators right here, guys. Boom and boom. Today, it looks like, right? Yeah, at the 1 o'clock hour and the noon hour on the hourly chart, got some divergence signals going on here. Okay, on the Big Daddy. All right. Now, we don't have an agreement like we did back here. Okay. You don't have that agreement thing going on there and there with the two, but we do need to take notice there. Even on an hourly, looks like crude oil's having a hard time staying above that 50-hour. I'm thinking, guys, that this is a rejection. Even though it's above the 50, I don't think it's going to stay above the 50. I think it's going to get rejected based on what I'm seeing here, based on what I'm seeing here, based on what I'm seeing here. Okay. Looks like anytime it gets significantly above the 50-hour, there and there, it really struggles to stay above it. Recently, here, yep. So really short term, I think oil is going to come back down below this 80, 30. This might level off, come up just a touch. Probably not very much. Okay. So Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, in that kind of area, guys. Or let's see, what kind of time frame is this from here to here? What do we got going on here? I'll just take it from there. How many hours is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 hours. Okay. So guys, I think Sunday going into Monday, somewhere in that area, I think crude oil Monday below 80 bucks, guys. Or okay, 81 cents, down towards like mid to low $80 range. Okay, that's what it looks like to me. It might get down into, let's see, like 80, 50, 80, 75, 80, 62, going into early part of next week, Monday, Tuesday, something like that, okay? Okay, one last look. Yeah, boy, that weekly, guys, just looks like to me that thing's the story over a long haul down into the 70s, guys. I think crude oil is going to go below $75 over the next few weeks as it moves down. That's where I think we got going on with crude oil, guys. That's what I think is going to happen. That's the take for crude oil, guys, for today. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to click that little bell. Get notified of all the videos. Guys, listen, I'm going to be putting out futures. All the futures products that I cover, I'll be putting them out every day, 5 days a week. On weekends, I'll probably put out special video. Okay, this week I'm going to try to put out that solar cycle video that I know everybody's been waiting on. Happy trading, everybody. Talk to you all real soon again next time.